on this video we're going to go through how to get the scratches off of your watch face, and all you need is a 2000 grit wheel or any kind of 2000 grit sandpaper, a cotton pad, and Polywatch, which you can get from Amazon. So you're going to start off by, if you guys can see these scratches, there you go, there's a bit of scratches and scuffs, whatever it may be. First you want to clean the front of the watch off, so I would just take a little bit of water, dab it on the front, and just give it a quick wipe. It'll get any kind of grime off the front. And then you're going to take your 2000 grit sanding wheel and you're just going to dip it in the water. We're going to wet sand this. We're going to take this and just, not too hard, but enough pressure, and you'll start to see some of the plastic come up as you rotate. I like to do circles. If you do it in straight lines, it kind of makes a pretty deep cut. So try and get right to the edge as you're doing it, just nice and light. And then if you have too much buildup or it starts to dry on the watch face, just take another dab of water and repeat. Get into the sides like that. And then once you think you have it pretty close to getting most of the scratches out, you can take your microfiber cloth, just wipe away the excess. Get a good look at it. It's gonna look blurry like that, but that's good because you're sanding out the scratches. And get a nice close look. See, there's a little more right in the corner over here. So we'll take a little more water and then we'll just do it right here in the corner. Just like so. Okay, and we'll wipe that away. This one wasn't scratched very bad, it's just more of an example, but wipe that away. And then we'll take our Polywatch and we'll just dab a little bit. You don't need very much. You can be quite liberal or conservative with this. There we go. That's good. And then we'll take our cotton pad, kind of fold it over until we get a point where it's a little more tough, just like that. And we'll just take this, kind of spread it around the whole watch, and then we'll go into a buffing phase, which is press pretty hard. You don't have to press too hard, but you want to put some pressure on it. You just keep going around in circles like that. Just keep going. You'll know because it'll actually start to get smooth as you're going around in circles. Like you'll start to feel it, the surface smooth off. And then you can just keep going. Make sure you get the whole watch. I mean, this watch is pretty good to do it with just because the crystal's a bit raised from the bezel. So I'm not really hitting the bezel much. Not like it would do very much to it anyway, but in some watches, especially if it's a gold-plated watch or a vintage watch, you will eat into that gold plating if you do it enough. So, but for this example, it's just a resin case, so it's not going to do a whole lot to the outside. Do that for a little bit. You keep going. Okay, and then we're going to take our microfiber cloth and we're going to buff the residue of the Polywatch off. Okay, and we don't have to press too hard, but again, put a bit of pressure in on it. There. And we're pretty much all done. So like you want to inspect it. There might be a few scratches left over from just the sanding phase. So you want to kind of change the angle. As I can see a little bit right down across the bottom. So all we have to do is we can take that same cotton swab. We don't really have to apply any more poly. And we can just find those spots and kind of work at those spots specifically. And you do kind of have to press pretty hard with this stuff just to create that heat. You should spend about a minute to a minute and a half on just this stage, just so you don't have to keep going back to it. But again, you just, by checking, you can just take your microfiber cloth, wipe off the residue, buff it out, and see where you're at. There, let's check it. Perfect, all gone. And there you have it. That's how you buff out your plastic or acrylic watch face. Looking like brand new. I mean, the watch is kind of new old stock anyways, but it is just for an example. Thanks, guys.